This is the Mackenzie Dawn, everybody. It was built just in the end of COVID. Sailing canoes is something I've done for a long time, but usually pretty simple designs. But we had this old, really busted up canoe, and do so much work to the hull, I figured might as well put a keel in it, dagger board. So this is the dagger board. There's a chunk of brass in the end of it there. Some old growth cedar on the handle, and that's made of ash. And it goes down through that cedar board there, right through the hull. And that's all tied in with this cedar plank, and underneath that in a vertical keel is a big chunk of ash carved. We just had it out for a little sail. Back here we have a weed eater engine that I'm working on, and a little electric motor that I kind of flooded this year. These are all made with cedar and use a waxing. Cedar and maple and ash. And this old mast is off of the old sailing dinghy that I brought back with me from the west coast. And I was glad to finally be able to use it on something fitting. She has a little bell here. It's tangled up. A little bell here. It's not hanging up right now. The bell would goes on the end of this piece here. We got a Genoa on that spinnaker. So this one unfurls to way back here somewhere on the boat. So it's a pretty big sail, and the main sail actually there's an extension right here that goes on the end of the boom. Put it like that for now, but so you can extend the boom to its full length if you don't have much wind. And that sail comes out, that's probably like 10 by 15 or something. It'll unfurl all the way. So when I was making this boat, I wanted to ensure that because I used to sail these with my daughter when she was young, too young to really be able to do much. So I had to be able to do everything from where I sat in the boat. So it's pretty messy right now because I just got back in. It's a little wet. But here's your forward and reverse control for that motor, the electric motor. But because that's been messed up, I've been using a little trolling motor there. Then you have your switch panel box there. You've got your lights and your power and your pumps. Some bilge pumps. And right now I have this outrigger on it. And that just pegs together and ties up. Put the mesh on and attach it to my old kayak. Works great. You can go out there, you can lay out there or swim up the end of that thing, walk around out there while you're sailing. It's pretty good. The boom itself is off of the old sailing dinghy. It came with the mast, but I had to remake those pieces. So what I did with this, having to go from the back, control everything from the back, I decided to make this sail furl just like the front sail, and I just have a series of this handmade pulley and these lines that take it in and pull it out and run back. And that works pretty good because, as you can see with the sail right now, it's reduced to just a tiny little thing, and that'll still pull you along good. It's a heavy wind and stuff, but it's not tall when you're in heavy wind. So the lighter the wind, the taller you can make the sail. I don't know why I don't see that more often on sailboats, but it works pretty good. I put in this staysail this year, or actually last year. So that keeps getting dirty from my anchor chain. I don't know what to do about that. Get rust all over it. So when you just pick your good timing and let go of it and drop it right into the front of the boat there. If you got someone sitting up there, they can help it tuck it away out of their way. I just got some weight in there right now for the sailing I just did in the heavy wind. Her nameplate, it's my daughter's middle names, Mackenzie Dawn. And this sail you can unfurl with these lines, and looks like it was trying to already a little bit from when I was out there. Okay, have that tied back up. Put it as well. There's a little handmade pulley there, and it when I pull this line here from the very back, it pulls the cable off of the pulley and furls that sail up. When I pull the furling lines, it winds up the blue line onto the pulley, loading it up for when I want to furl in again. And we got our flags up there. We're gonna need new flags. And a little CB antenna. We just use a solar light on the top. Bow lights. And I just use a blacked out solar light here for my stern light. It's partially blacked out. Ash tiller handle, and this year I'm trying, this is actually a keel off of a 20-foot sailboat that I have, much bigger with a cabin. I figured I'd get that extra weight hanging. That thing's pretty heavy. Get that thing weight hanging there, that might help this thing stand up better in the strong winds, but mainly without the outrigger. It's not so bad with the outrigger, but without the outrigger it can be fairly petrifying, and this thing can lean right over to its gunnels and then some. And so far I've kept it masked up, but had some moments, that's for sure. So everything just runs from back here. I can pull that staysail up here. I can adjust these are like car tracks. So I can adjust where the tension is on those sails. Just unfurl that sail. This is to bring in the main, bring out the main. This is the boom line. Now she has one extra little thing. I'm thinking about putting a bowsprit on here. I wish I could still use my hands as good as I used to be able to. Arthritis. But right now I have this, which in here there's a little hand carved pulley here. That's all single piece of cedar, old growth cedar there. And same idea, that thing is spooling up some line. If I was to pull the halyard to raise the sail would come out through that ring and go up this line in the very front of everything. Right now the sail's like a small kind of square sail, but I'd like to have more of a ballooner that would fit in there. It has to be super light, thin stuff to be able to spool up on that and then unspool again. But yeah, when it's working, that has some pretty cool action on it. It just disappears right into there, it pops back out again. I guess that's probably it for now. I think this is probably her 5th year. She's been sitting out here in front of the cottage for the last three months or so, floating here. So I was happy to see when I came in here this afternoon that it was still sat here happily bobbing away. And it was pretty windy afternoon. It still is pretty gusty and windy, but it's calmed down quite a bit. There was probably 2-3 foot whitecaps out there, and I was just out there in probably 2 foot rollers, and yeah, that was pretty interesting. Feels like they're swallowing this thing up, but it tugs along right through. Anyways, here's the propeller from those motors as well. An old-fashioned propeller on there, and yeah, got to perfect that. I'd like to get a better little diesel or something for that. And the electric motor, that's not made for long distances. It's kind of like a starter motor sort of, and it would get hot after being used for a long time. I've had to use it once, go across from way over there, the other side, back here through big waves, big storm waves. And my sister and I were out there stuck in the thunderstorm. And we had to power our way back, and it got us back, but that thing was smoking when we got back here. And put a new motor in there since then, but I don't know, pretty susceptible to getting wet or damage, I'll tell you that. So, I'm not sure if the new one works anymore. Anyways, though, and I got solar panels there. And we're running on this main deep cycle here, and then on each side in the cubbies there is a smaller 12 volt cell, one on each side. And you got a little cubby space in there. I got some extra flotation and emergency kit, all that. This is the vehicle. Holds the masts. It's taking a little bit of, there it is. It's there. That's made out of some old growth cedar and maple and ash. It was a lot of fun building that. There's your bilge pumps. Power inverter, another bilge pump. And where the dagger board goes through. Yeah, I had some old cedar and other wood kicking around, and figured I would try to integrate that into it. These pieces on the bow that display your name tag are cedar, and I had to cut and then bend and shape them to fit the front of that boat. That was interesting. It came along really nice, and I'm glad I went through the effort, because it looks a lot prettier. You can handle bigger waves, and you got somewhere nice to put the name. Anyways, my name's Chris Garvin, and this is the Mackenzie Dawn. I hope you enjoyed watching. Check out my channel for more videos. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great day.